Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a fantastically awesome day. My day is going pretty meh, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to harp on about it. Today we are reacting to smoked Mississippi pork roast, and that's because after the huge success of my beer butt chickens last weekend on Saturday, I did 2 on the barbecue. And they were freaking awesome. They were the best chickens I've ever cooked. And even yesterday, my missus brought it up. She's like, you know, those chickens you made on the weekend were so good. And we decided that this weekend, I'm going to do a pork roast. I'm going to try my hardest to get it right this time. I'm going to give myself plenty of time. I'm not going to let it rush. I'm not going to rush anything. I'm going to give myself loads of time and do it right, hopefully. So I'm hoping this video gives me some awesome pointers. The problem that I have at the moment is I've got a really old grill. I've got an old Weber. It's probably close to 15 years old, and yeah, I just need to get a new grill. I want to get a smoker. I'm probably going to build a smoker. I'm just looking for some drums locally. I've actually set up alerts on Facebook and all that stuff for if anybody's selling any drums that I can make myself a nice smoker, or even just something different, you know. So I'm really looking forward to it. And then I'm looking at building like an outdoor cooking area as well, because I'm really getting into it and I'm really freaking enjoying it. And I tell you what, it's a freaking wallet drainer, isn't it? Holy smokes, things are expensive, but it's worth it. So we're going to be checking that out. Before we check it out, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra frisky, you may as well give the video a like as well. And without further ado, let's check out smoked Mississippi pork roast. Oh, I love pork. That looks so good.
Welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I'm going to show you how I do my Mississippi pork.
If you look just behind him on the How to Barbecue Right, that looks like it's just a normal drum. So I'm looking at getting a couple of those. I'm trying to buy 4 so I can 2 for use and 2 if I mess up, you know?
Yeah, you heard it. I'm using a big old pork butt here. Got some pepperoncinis, the butter, some pork gravy, the ranch mix.
That's a nice piece of pork.
It's going to be a delicious recipe. Let's get to cooking, y'all.
I love this guy.
The first thing I got to do is get some seasoning on this pork roast, and we're going to get it on the pit and get some color on it. Now, for the seasons, I'm keeping it pretty simple. I've got that salt, pepper, garlic, my AP rub. I mixed in some onion powder and some paprika to kind of create this savory rub. Paprika is going to give us some color, not a lot of flavor, but I like the onion tone that we're adding to the AP. You could use whatever season you want on it. I'm really not going for barbecue here. We're going for more of a roast type flavor, but we're still going to get a lot of that good smoke flavor from the pit. Now, I've got a 9-pound Boston butt pork roast here today. Got a big old beautiful money muscle on the front of it. Not doing any trimming on it. This one came fine right out of the pack.
I was just going to say, I wonder if he's going to trim it, because I don't really trim it. If it's not excessively fatty, I try not to trim it. I love fat. I really love eating the fat. It's not for everyone, I know that. I really like it. My son likes it. Kat, my missus, likes it if it's crispy. Like if we do a pork belly, if I do a pork belly in the oven and I make the old crackling, she loves that. But she's not a big fan of fat. I love the fat. My son loves the fat, and Kat and my daughter, they're not big fans, but I love a bit of fat.
It's got a nice little fat cap on it. I know there's going to be some good false cat meat underneath that. But I'm just making sure that I get it seasoned on all sides. Then we're going to let it sweat in a little bit while I fire up the pit. Now you can cook this recipe on any pit. Today I'm cooking on my drum at 275 degrees. I'm going to fire it up with some Royal Oak lump charcoal and a couple tumbleweeds to get those coals going. Drop that fire basket down in the bottom of the drum and leave the vents wide open. Just before I put the butt on, I'm going to throw a few chunks of wood on. Got a little hickory, a little cherry.
I could 100% make that. I might just make one of these as well. I'm going to be like him soon. I'm going to have all these grills and things and barbecues. I really want to make one of these.
Today, give us some good flavor on this pork butt. We're going to be cooking about 275 today, so check those vents back. All right, we got our grill ready. We're ready to put this butt fat cat down right in the center of this drum. All we got to do is get the lid back on. We're ready to do some smoking. So now all we're doing is getting color on the outside of this butt. It's going to take it a couple hours. I'm looking for it to start turning dark without getting burnt. So you just want to watch it. When it gets to about 160 inside, we're going to wrap it up with all these other delicious ingredients and show you how we're going to make this Mississippi pork roast. All right, this pork butt's been on for about 2 hours in the smoke. Now check that pork butt out. It's got beautiful color on the outside. It's got that mahogany look. Seasonings are cooked into it. Now we're ready to put some love to it. Let's go wrap it up. So the first thing we're going to do to this butt is get some...
Put some love to it. Pork flavored gravy.
Pork flavored gravy mix on it. Now on the chuck roast version, we use the beef au jus, but this pork gravy is going to go right with the pork butt. We're just going to sprinkle it over the top of it.
I've never seen that
go down
before.
To the side. You want to follow that up with one of these ranch packets to sprinkle that right over the top as well. All of it's going to melt down. It's going to make this au jus liquid that we're going to use at the end to rehydrate this pork. Now you want to put some butter on it. I've got a stick of butter that I've just cut up in pats. I'm just going to spread it right around the top of the pork butt. I'm going to let it melt down. It's going to help blend in all those seasonings with the au jus. And last but not least, you need some peppercini peppers. This is what goes in the Mississippi roast. Many or as few as you like. I'm probably going to go about 8. So about juices.
Can anybody tell me if there's other names for peppercini peppers? Like what? I don't know what they are. I'll have to Google it.
In there, that's okay. That's going to be some
peppercini peppers.
Now we're going to wrap it up. Bring the foil up and over. Tuck it in. Since we've got it laid out, super easy to do. Just bring your ends over. Now we can get back in it when we need to check it. But I'm going to go ahead and stick a probe thermometer in it so I can monitor those internal temperatures. You just want to go in the thickest part away from the bone. Go pretty deep because it's a pork butt. We're just setting at about 158. That's right where I want it internal. We're ready to put it back on the pit, get it tender. And I'm just setting the pan and all right back on the pit. We still have plenty of coals going down there. We're gonna run the same temps. Keep it about 275. Let's get the lid back on. Double check your vents when you're cooking on a drum because they can move. Just gonna leave it about half gap on top. We still got our openings on the side. We're good. Y'all hear the alarm going off. It's been 5 hours and our pork butt is done. It has hit 200 degrees. Just a hair over actually. I'm bumping about 202 right now. Coals are still good and hot. We held that temperature steady at 275. Now we got to take it over to the cutting board and let it rest a little bit, but I want to vent that steam off of it. So now all I'm going to do is open this foil up, let some of the steam off. Now it needs to rest for a little while. I'm talking at least a half hour. You could go a couple hours in a dry cooler if you wanted to, but you know I got to try it before that. So we're going to go about 30 minutes. Just let the steam out. Beautiful color on top.
I'd be the same. I've got to try it. I'm too impatient.
The butter's melted down. We got plenty of good gravy going in there. That au jus that's cooked out of that pork butt with that butter.
That looks. Look at it. Just. That's. He's not putting any pressure on there. It's just going straight in.
I'm just going to cover it back up loosely here with the foil. We're going to let it rest before I pull it apart. All right, we've had this butt sitting here for about 30 minutes. Y'all, that's all I can take. I'm ready to try this.
I don't blame you, mate.
And we ain't using no tools. We're using hands to shred this one. Let's see if it's gonna come out of this bath. Oh, look at that juice. This thing feels soft. Let me get these old peppers. Hold on. Oh, yeah. When the pepper's that good, man. Now let's see if our thermometer tells us this thing's done. This old bone will slide out.
Oh, my God.
One-handed, y'all. Oh, there's a little bit of meat in there, but that's good and tender.
Oh, see, I did a pork roast. I think it was 2 weeks ago, but I got too impatient. I wasn't impatient. The kids were hungry. Everyone was moaning. And I took it off, and it was delicious. Don't get me wrong, it tasted amazing, but it was still a little bit, not even tough. It wasn't tough. It just wasn't tender enough. Look at that. Nothing even stuck to that bone.
Clean that bone slid out of there. That's a thing of beauty. We're going to put that to the side. Oh, I got a piece right there. Some of that meat around the bone. You don't think it's tender. Look at this. Look how it just breaks up with my hands. That's what you want to see. That's how you know that pork butt's done right there. Take that money muscle off. Look at that thing. Oh, that's money. That's why I do it by hand, so anything that didn't render, like you get a chunk of fat, you don't want to eat that.
Yeah, dude.
Throw that in the garbage. I'm just
eat it.
But there's nothing to it. Y'all,
that's what I mean. Chef's tasties. When I'm cutting it up or breaking it up and whatever the case may be, that's going in my mouth. I'm tasting that. I'll eat that.
I'm going to throw that in the garbage. I'm just shredding this butt. There's nothing to it. Y'all, that's some fine pork right there. I shredded this Mississippi pork roast up. I wanted to break it up because I'm using it on a super sandwich. Now, you can serve this with mashed potatoes, with rice, some gravy. Heck, drizzle some of this pan juice back over it. It's moist as it can be. Going in for one more bite. You get all those flavors from that ranch packet. The pork gravy mix, the stick of butter making it rich and juicy, the peppercini peppers giving it a little bit of tang, seasoning we put on it, and the smoke. That's a Mississippi pork roast if I ever seen one. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel.
Have done already, Malcolm. You're a freaking legend, mate. His recipes are amazing. A few of you have said like that there's better barbecue recipes and that out there, better channels, and I will check them out, obviously. But I don't know, something with this guy resonates. I love the way he is with food. I like the way his cooking style and his no nonsense. He just gets it done, eats. That's it. Oh, it looked so good. Super sandwich, and all that juice as well. That gravy or whatever you want to call it. It looked. And I ate today. So many people have commented, they're like, why do you watch these videos before you eat? I don't know. I think that's when I get like the more passion for it. But I ate today, so I'm not starving, but I would still demolish a load of that. I'm not hungry, but I'm hungry for that, if that makes sense. It looks so good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.